Welcome to Open Mind Industries podcast, The Mind Unleashed. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind.
Hey guys, welcome to The Mind Unleashed, episode 20. We finally made it to episode 20. It's good to see you. It's been a crazy week for me. I've been very sick with this whole cold thing, flu thing, whatever you want to call it. Florida just got cold about a week ago. It sounds weird, but I usually get sick one time a year in Florida, and this is pretty much when it happened. Just kind of recovering from it. If you hear the coughing, I do apologize. I'm not going to try to cough as much. I'm almost through with all this crap. Anyway, welcome to episode 20. As we always do, let's start it off with our supporters. When you use our codes, they kick me back a little bit of change, helps me keep the podcast going. So let me start off with using Let the Ridesharing app for $15 off your first 3 rides. Use our code TMUP for $15 off your first 3 rides. Also, if you're looking to become a driver with Lyft, type in our code also. They're really good. A lot of my friends do Lyft. They love it. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it's sure going to pay some of the bills for you. And definitely, most drivers say they really love it. My friends just, say they love it also. Alright, and also if you guys are looking to get any drone photography or any kind of wedding photography, check out Weiss Productions. Weiss Productions is a company owned in Orlando by Weiss Productions. Weiss does weddings, photos, any kind of special occasions. He's just got back again from another trip he went to, I think Vegas last time. He did another trip recently, another wedding that he had booked up. He's getting booked solid pretty much. So definitely check him out. He works with Daniel Weisenberg, who does drone shooting also. They're offering a combined package with Weiss and Dynard Studios. So if you guys use our code OMI, you'll get 5% off when you book your next project with Weiss. Also with Dynard Studios, Daniel Weisenberg's company, you guys will be getting some professional drone shooting. He is a drone certified pilot. He does residential, concerts, anything you pretty much think of, he can set you guys up with it. They are both very budget friendly. Use our code OMI for Dynard Studios and Weiss Productions. You'll get 5% off when you book your next project with them. Alright, now on to the pod. Welcome to episode 20. I did it. I'm here. Yay. Wow, I didn't think I'd get to episode 20. I kind of want to do a new format, kind of keep it fun for you guys, but I think I tried that before and it was like, it didn't really work out for me, so I'm going to go my own pace and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it gets you out of your head when you're driving on the way to work or wherever you may be and you're tuning in for some geek stuff. In this episode, I'll be talking about a new 3D printer that's going on to market, Kickstarter. I ended up putting the wrong company name on the 3D printer and they got back to me immediately last night and was like, hey, we have no association with that company. Please take that off. So I literally took that off and went, oops, sorry about that. I'll go more into that in my 3D printing segment. So in this part, what's been going on this week, I pretty much have been trying to get the Divinci back together. I've been talking with XYZ Printing, trying to get that back up and going. Working on the website, trademark, stuff like that. What else has been going on? Yeah, pretty much learning some more CAD design, playing around with that. We did Halloween Horror Nights the other night with my girlfriend. I've been sick for last week. It got really bad, and I'm kind of coming down from that and sweating it all out and everything. Florida's gotten chilly, which I've been craving. It comes from 90-degree weather to a good 58 degrees. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. For all my New Yorker friends that are like, hey, what do you like out there? It's been amazing. It's just been like, okay. But it comes the year when there's a lot of crap in the air and you just get sick and you're not really feeling so well. But we ended up going to Bill and Ted. We did see a couple friends of ours, Nick, who was doing the killer clowns with chainsaws, pretty much. We got a few photos with him and got to spend some time over there and see Bill and Ted. And two of our friends that we do know are doing Bill and Ted this year. Phenomenal show. I'm really sad it's going to be going. I'm not sure what the actual reason is why it's leaving. I do have an idea, but I don't want to spread a rumor. But I will give you my opinion, my unofficial rumor opinion on why it is closing. My idea. I listened to The Nerdist about a while ago, and Keanu Reeves was on talking about John Wick, what he's been training and stuff like that. And they did bring up hey, was Bill and Ted 3 in the works? And he said, it's already been done. It's already been scripted and written. It's just now it's up to the studios to agree on who gets what piece of the pie, and that's where they've been stuck. So my guess is, Bill and Ted's been there for so many years also, and it's kind of like, hey, we really don't want you to use our product anymore. You need to pay this much money to use it, etc., etc. So that's my kind of idea. I may be completely wrong. Maybe. Who knows? I have no idea. I told my girlfriend that. So the problem with property, intellectual properties, people want a certain chunk of the piece of the pie every year. You're able to own it for X amount of years, but every year on the time, they want merchandising and they want to get paid, consistently revenue. So I might be wrong. I may be completely wrong. Maybe Universal has another idea, another IP they want to bring in. Who knows? I have no clue. However, it is sad to see it go, and it's good to see, they're always, the catchphrase of, be good to one another, dudes, and I really love that. And the movies were goofy but fun, and it was good to see, George Carlin, in the original one. My buddy Mike Pernesco, who did our logo, ended up watching the first movie, and he was like, it was not bad. I was like, no, it's pretty fun, just goofy movie. It's not meant to be it's just a goofy movie. It's an 80s movie, But we all enjoy it. We all love the gags that, they do the Avatar world one with the, they have sex with their tails. They have sex with their tails. Somebody goes, dude. And finally, Avatar world opened up and stuff like that. And, oh, the banshees breathe between your legs. And you're just like, well, I gotta admit that was a cool fucking part about the Banshee ride. Is that when you're on them, they do breathe. Like, it's a ladder system that breathes between your legs. It's really neat. It's goofy, but it's really neat. I think it's neat. But yeah, it's a good show. It's just a good functional. The show, it's just fun. It's goofy. It makes fun of pop culture, stuff like that. People are really gonna miss that about Hornets. But we don't know what's coming in next year. We really don't know. Maybe it's something new. I'm not gonna speculate. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much been going on for that this week. I predicted Recovering 6. Watched some Stranger Things last night. Not gonna really talk about too much of that. For those who are just starting to watch it, I have 3 episodes left. I can't believe I didn't watch as much as I did, but I really didn't have much to do because I was sick. I really, considered play some South Park, stuff like that. Oh, my Echo is now blinking. Amazon Echo is telling me the package has arrived. Probably batteries from my caliper. Anyway, I'm going to hop on to our next segment. It's going to be 3D printing, which I really want to talk about this week. So 3D printing news, geek news. I'm going to call this geek news. Let's do it. Why not? So what happened? The Divinci 1.0 did craft a bed, the board we did some checks with the company, and I put them on Instagram. We kind of just spoke with other users. It's not just me talking about the same problem. A lot of people have been talking about the problem for quite a bit on 3D Hubs. 3D Hubs, for those who don't know, is a hub for 3D printer makers, designers. If you don't have a 3D model, you can go to Thingiverse and then request us to build it for you. We'll build it, send it out to you professionally, and get it to your door. So we're there to make sure you guys can get a product, done from us. We have to do all the legwork for you, but on the hub, it's pretty much like a blog for 3D printer enthusiasts and people who are doing this for a living. And Divinci 1.0 is one of them, and so is the Robo, and so is the Snapmaker. Soon, I'm sure, we'll be on there too to be talking about, and mod kits and shit like that. But yeah, most people are talking about the extruder not heating up, it lost the blown fuse, the J4, stuff like that. So I'm not the only one. So that's why I put it on there to Instagram. So people who are having the issue, I was like, hey, if you're having the issue, this is what you might want to try, just to see what is the issue. Here's some videos to check out. I'm not a knowledge hog. When I find something, I'm willing to share my knowledge. That's how making should be. I am running a company to do R&D development, so I'm learning a lot of new stuff myself, day in, day out, taking a lot of notes day in, day out. But I told Divinci that. I said, hey man, I've encountered this before. I fully rewired, hardwired my extruder to run its thing. So I know there's not a short in the wiring harness this time. I checked the board, did the stuff like that. Needless to say, after we did a lot of things, I did solder the J4, the little piece of solder there to jumper it. did nothing. I was like, I've never had a problem that I've been able to fix like that. I've had friends that have 3D printers, whether it be the Robo, whether it be the Divinci, whether it be a few other printers that I just can't remember the name of them. Simple fixes, like, a connector would come off, or they'd have to, get a new part. Just really quick. Me, it's never been like that. I've literally had to send either the printer back, or I've had to do this, or I've had to do that. Knock on wood, the Robo is doing fine. And when I took the bottom plate off of it, that has a little 5mm cooling fan to keep the Arduino cold. I was like, why does this keep shutting down? And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, the board's getting too hot, so I just took out the bottom plate. As much as I liked that it was closed, it's not getting enough air. That the power source and everything, the power supply, everything was getting so hot. So now I took that out. Printer's running phenomenally well. Much cooler now. I'm running much longer. Very, very, very good. No problem with it. I love it. Love the Robo. I think it's a little bit overpriced. The Robo R1. I think what I paid for it, completely overpriced. 3 days later, it went down in price by boom, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So there was no way to get around some of that price back. I think I paid $300 over what the MSRP from their site was, and I'm still a little fucking pissed about that, but I'm gonna let that one go, because I was able, the thing with the Robo is you're able to mod it and stuff like that. I'll go into that in a little more detail. But, Divinci right now, I'm dealing with XYZ printing. They've been very, surprisingly, after all the bullshit we've been through, and with losing the printer and stuff like that, they've been very cool. We spoke. Jen's been very amazing. She's one of the customer support people. We ran some videos. Everything I did for them, I sent on video back, and I said, hey, this might be the issue. The first option, like I said, they sent over to me was to send the printer back again. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. I literally lost the first one. And I explained the situation. XYZ understood that, and I was like, hey, I'm exhausted. This printer has cost me double, what I would have spent. And I love the printer because it's a simple point and click if you're doing a quick R&D design. So if you're getting a model and you're able to click R&D it, it's quick. It's just boom, boom, there's your part. And now you can look at it carefully and go, okay, well, we need to make some adjustments here for that, a maker. I work with a lot of makers, so I have a lot of somebody say, hey, I 3D model this, I need this printed, I can't print it. So I'm able to go in and print it real quick for them and hand it over to them and go, then they can look at it in their CAD model and go, okay, I need to do this for this, or I can mold it really fast. So it works for a lot of my friends that do cosplay, and a lot of them do a lot of work here in Orlando. So for them, it helps a lot, and I'm glad I could help them. So I should be getting a new board back hopefully soon. I did pay for a new one, so right now XYZ is looking at the old board to see what the hell's been going on. We'll see what happens. They've been very, very kind. Jen kept me in the loop the other day. She's like, hey, I wrote kind of just like a nice email. I was like, hey, well, let's hope for a speedy repair and just to get it back on time. Because I'm without another printer, I would really love to get back to my 3D printing. I've been on another 3D printing hub that I'm a part of their service. I had to do test prints and stuff like that to be a part of their hub too. And that was my mini factory. Not as hard as 3D hubs. If you want to get into 3D hubs to become a maker, you have to do their Marvin, which I had so many issues with before. If you guys have logged into the Instagram page, you'll see I had so many damn issues with it. But I don't regret it. I haven't used 3D hubs that much. I'm still getting into the whole, given this is our first year of Open Mind Industries doing business on the web and getting our name really out there. Sorry about that. That's the dryer. It's been really weird to get all this stuff done. So my mini factory I've been dealing with also, I had a client who I picked this project, and you get a mini factory if you're part of it. They give you a budget of, $50, $30, whatever. Whenever the more prints you do, the more quality you do, they kick you more money back your way, and you can pick your clients. So clients are able to make a model that they can't 3D print and send it over to you. You could pick it up in the genre and say, I think I could do this. I'll take on the project. The one client I did have, I sent him a text over their hub, I think 8 months ago, and he finally got back to me about 2 weeks ago. And he said, hey, he spoke another language. I didn't have the translator thing on there, but somebody who runs the hub was like, hey, Ali, he would like it in 0.2. And I'm like, all right, so 0.2 layer. So I attempted to try it. I think I could. I ran it on the Robo, PLA. Not a big fan of PLA. I will not lie about not liking PLA. It's just, for me, it doesn't work how I think it should. That's just me. I'm not a huge PLA fan. Nothing wrong with that. Most people like ABS. I'm an ABS person because of what I do, what I prototype with. ABS, I love. PLA is more for, I love that it's biodegradable. I love that. I love that it's biodegradable, made out of corn, polycitric acid, but it's, it's amazing. I love recycling. I love recycling the print, stuff like that. There are ways to do your ABS, your PLA, stuff like that. I have a few tips I want to learn some more. And I've been looking around to see if there's recycled stuff. There's really not. But anyway, I'm getting so much off fucking topic. I ended up running this print a couple times. I ran it about 3 times, and I put some painter's tape on the robo. And what that does is it pretty much holds down the print so you're not getting any warping, stuff like that. Works kind of really good. The problem, if I got a piece, I do not. I thought I had a piece, I must have tossed it out. Oh no, do it. I do. This is what happened. So the painter's tape here, you'll see the little dots here. So I just pushed so down hard, and you see how good quality that is. It's really, really beautiful quality. Has some weird stuff, but this is a printed at 100% infill. And if you can look carefully, there's a little warping going on right there, which means it pick it up from the bed just a little bit. And I didn't like that, so I tried his print, and what it was this little cube here. It would have cost $4, and I would have got paid $4 to do it. It was a little bit of animated piece, and the problem is it's so intricate with small details, small layer height. I think what he did a photo, and then it kind of extruded it from the photo. I forget the name of how they do that, but I've had it done before, stuff like that. Some do come out good, some are so small detailed in the lines that the 3D printer, you have to slow it down. Now, that if you do honeycomb on these things, it's not going to come out beautiful. It really isn't. I've seen prints go really bad from that. It's just a lot of time, wasted time on your end. I tried like 3 times trying to print this bad boy out, and I couldn't do it. I was like, hey man, printer's running a little too quick, and the print time at about 0.2 on the nozzle with 0.2 layer height. I should have gone 0.4, but I went 0.2 because I wanted a little more finer quality. Oh, sorry, I went 0.3, 0.3 nozzle, and then 0.2 layer height. So I went down, instead of a 0.4, I used a 0.3 on the V6. So anyway, using that, I had some warping, and I kind of told the guy very politely, I was like, hey man, I tried 3 times. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the project. I do apologize. Because it's not up to my standards. And I want people to understand that if you do request a project from me, I try to do my best with it. I don't try to bullshit you around the corner and say, hey, I can do it. I look at it carefully and go, okay. Now, if I was requesting this from you, how would I want it? I would want the best quality possible for the best price possible. I believe in getting clients that way. Giving you the best possible. If it's not up to my standards, you're definitely not going to fucking like it because it's going to have problems. And you're going to look at me and go, yeah, I like it, but I don't really like it. And I don't want that. I'd rather have you look at it carefully and go, okay, I'm happy. Cool. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do his project, I'm sorry about that. There's so many other projects I can choose from that site, so I think I'm going to try to get my name out there more on that site. But that's what's been going on with the whole 3D printing stuff. Waiting for the board to get back from here. Got some more glue sticks. Got an X-Acto knife. I love glue sticks. I wanted to get the Wolf Bite. And that's for nylon and PLA. It's from Airwolf. I've been checking them out a little bit. I kind of wrote them on Instagram. I was like, hey, do you offer free samples? They said no, unfortunately. They have to go to the trade shows a lot. And there are a lot of trade shows, and so there's a lot of other 3D printing companies that I follow, and they follow me also. And I'm like, hey, would it be possible just to get like a little sample so I can try some to make sure, is it I had so many questions, like, is it biodegradable? Is it reusable? If I buy this, like, how many prints can I do with it? And they were willing to share a little bit, but they're like, hey, we don't offer samples, but you're welcome to go to Amazon, or you're welcome to go to this one and buy it from us. And I think it's right about $30 a bottle. And I'm like, kind of pricey, and I don't really know what it does. It's kind of like them testing out some new stuff. And what it is it's an immersion that you just put in your glass. It needs to be a glass bed, apparently. And I kind of know why. A glass bed, and then it literally, like, it sucks the print, like the filament on that, so it doesn't move at all. There's no lift, there's no warping, stuff like that. How to get it up, I have no idea. I don't even want to imagine, but it seems to be working well for them. I'm grateful, but really wish they did offer some samples for us clients trying to try it, so we can kind of get a better understanding. Like, hey, is this something I should invest in down the road? I did want to ask people around the Instagram about the pads you can buy, the adhesive pads you could stick on your bed, like painter's tape. Nobody pretty much got back to me about that, sadly. I don't want to make the jump to those yet until, like, because you're going to buy them, then you got to stick them on the bed, and you're like, okay, I don't maybe I like this, but I'm going to stick with the glue sticks because, A, it's cleanable, it's reusable, and what I mean by that is I can lay down some glue stick, finish a print, pop it off, squirt a little bit of water on the print, it becomes more tacky again, and go for another print. Reusable. I can use maybe one stick and probably last me 5 prints, and I just bought a pack of 30 for like I think about $5 for off of Amazon. You know, what's more feasible? Something reusable, or something I'd spend $30, $50 for and stick it in the bed, and it's reusable for a couple prints. Then you gotta replace it. Then you gotta clean your bed. Then you gotta, So I'm not trying to find things on open mind stuff that it's like reusable. It's not hurting the environment, because 3D printing, man, I love, as much as I love it, wastes a lot of fucking plastic, and I'm trying to find ways to fix this. And I have a lot of friends that are like, we've looked into you and stuff like that, and I'd really like to see you go biodegradable. And I'm like, I'm trying, but there's not that much out there for biodegradable. There's water soluble from Airwolf. They have a water soluble infill. If you're running a 2 extruder, that say if you're running supports, you could just stick that in water and the support material will just drop out and it just turns into liquid. Not sure what that does for the environment, but I'm not gonna ask. That's on a whole nother topic. I think it's a really cool idea. I had a few friends that are makers too, and they looked at it and they were like, that's pretty cool, but you need a dual extruder, and most people don't have dual extruders. They're a little pain in the ass to run. And I've had one guy who has a lot more money than I do, and he's a big hobbyist, and he has a lot of 3D printers, and he said the same thing. He's got a dual extruder one, and he's had nothing but hardware issues with and stuff like that. But yeah, his printers are up there in like $5,000 to $6,000, range. So this guy knows what he's talking about. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I've been trying to find things to help the planet. I don't like, because I was like, I saw the one thing I wanted to discuss was recycling, and there isn't much. I don't like using a lot of infill, and I'm glad that Simplified 3D allows you to customize your infills. And that's one thing my girlfriend and a few other people that I 3D print for are like, hey, like, what do you do with the other plastic? And I'm like, well, I know you can turn it into this, and you can do this with it, or you can recycle. And I'm like, good question, because I have no idea myself. What I've been doing is I don't separate a lot of my plastic. I just stick it in a huge trash bag and I let it sit there for a bit until like about 2 months later, and I'll just either toss it or maybe there's a recycling center I can bring it to. I still have no idea. So if anybody has an idea, let me know. I would love to hear your comment. We talk about it. That's pretty neat. But anyway, I'm going to get off that subject into another subject. Like I said, I've been promoting a 3D printer from Kickstarter, and I've been keeping an eye on it. They've been giving me some love. They've given us some likes, stuff like that on Instagram. And Facebook, like I said last night, I woke up this morning and they're like, hey, be careful what you're putting. We're not part of that company. So I literally had to erase the company name. Went, oops, sorry about that. And I wish them all my best. I really do. I hope this company does take off. Why has it caught my eye? Well, it's called the Snapmaker. And the reason why I got confused with the Moz.co is because they kind of look the same. I'm not going to lie. If you put side by side, both companies are kind of building the same kind of platform. Moz is kind of the same. It's really weird. It's kind of a cheaper version of the Snapmaker. The Snapmaker is made out of aluminum, and then it's all machined, CNC'd, and stuff like that. But the Moz is customizable, so is the Snapmaker. So let me get away from the Moz completely. So I want to apologize to Snapmaker for that distinction. I did apply for their giveaway, which I don't think I'm going to be getting one anytime soon. The pricing is not bad. I've been promoting this printer for a while, and the reason why I've been promoting it is its versatility for makers, builders, what have you. I'm looking at it right now. The Snapmaker right now, they've already kind of launched their Kickstarter. And what I like about it is it's just versatile. It's meant for a mini maker. So if you guys are mini makers and such your own little shop, stuff like that, this thing can be designed around your specifications. So what I'm looking at here, and y'all can't see, but I'll send you guys a link to their website and stuff like that so you guys can keep an eye on it. Is it's a 3D printer. It's a CNC. Now the CNC does hardwood, softwood. Don't think of this as a big toy. It does certain things. This is for a hobbyist, somebody who's just trying to do a quick, CNC or something like that. But I do love what it does for laser engraving. So if you're trying to get your company logo on there, if you have like an idea, if you want to make coasters, stuff like that, this is for you. This is for a maker or designer to kind of get their butt out there and kind of have fun with it and learn it. Everything's safely enclosed with the extruder, stuff like that. I don't know if it does ABS. I think it only does PLA at the moment, which is not a bad thing. I'm pretty sure like later on they'll add a heated bed, maybe. Who knows? I'm looking at the printer right now, looking at all the dang parts and how many configurations it can do. It's pretty insane. This is more like an erector set. Like, that's what it kind of, and I hate to use that term, but there's so many parts you can add to this printer. I mean, they have one, it's like, it's a tower, and they have one, you can put it's this wide, and you can now do a laser engraving on a bigger piece of wood, or, a CNC. So it's like, they're trying to design something that can be used for makers at maker centers and stuff like that for a good freaking price, and it looks pretty damn durable. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on this company. Like I said, I tracked down the Moe's. I was like, okay, I see Moe's, and then I see Snapmaker. My bad, I had a misdistinction the other night, and I was like, oh crap, sorry, wrong one. I even had to take some video off of our page on Facebook, so that was my mistake, I keep seeing all these stuff on Kickstarter. I think I like some Kickstarters. I really do. This one, I think, has taken the cake for me, has kind of opened my eyes to maybe they're heading into the right directions for makers. And I've had a few friends that jumped on a few Kickstarters that had completely failed. I don't think this one is going to it's not going to fail. It's going forward. They're doing a great job. It's kind of like a Pebble. They're taking their time, and it looks like the parts are well. But right now they're putting out the beta systems, the beta units. They've been unpacked and put together. And the prices have been really good. Now, my only concern with this is will it be able to moddable, for years down the come? Can you put a different extruder in if you need to replace the extruder? I don't know these things just yet. And that's the one thing with makers is like, can I mod it? Are there things I can fix? And it looks like you can. I don't want to say you can yet, but it looks like you're going to be able to kind of have your tinker time, because the thing with 3D printing is this printer looks like it's so many different parts and things and variations that you're going to be able to find your liking of the printer. And the company is looking to make a printer that is built for your specifications. So they'll have it looks like they're going to have tons of options for you. Maybe not at the get-go, but they're showing you that this is where we want to take the printer. And I like that. I like that I can buy a few more extra parts and go, okay, today I want the printer to be just a flatbed printer. Now I want it to be, a tower printer. Now I want it to be, I have a part that I want to do. I want to cut some, I want to engrave a piece of wood that I found, And I like that they're going in that kind of thing. It's like, we're going to make it looks durable as shit. It looks well thought out, not rushed. The one thing I'm a little concerned about is like repair parts, because 3D printers like to break. And, CNC machines, I've used a few CNC machines, not cheap, the bits are a bit expensive. I have a friend that does, CNC milling and shit like that, and he's told me how much it costs. And one of his CNC mills is over like $100,000 the day he uses, and it's like, the parts are not cheap. Now, like I said, this isn't meant for, a business. This is meant for makers and builders and people to do R&D and prototype. Take to the fair, have some fun with it, literally sit at home. I went on the page today to watch some YouTube video of the CNC, and they're just, they're CNCing a top for a jar, stuff like that. Quite loud. What were you expecting? I really wouldn't imagine this in the house unless you're by yourself and you have some earmuffs on. Very, very loud. What are you expecting? But I like that is up to your your thing. So if you want to go do that for yourself, if you're by yourself, go ahead, make some noise. The laser engraver too. I have some friends that have laser cutters, stuff like that. They're like, hey man, I've been doing this for a while. You don't want, because I wanted to get a laser cutter. My friends that own the big ones. They're like, hey, you're gonna want to be outside. You cannot leave your laser cutter sitting around. So I like this is a low wattage rate laser that's just doing etching, not too deep in, but enough to show some really good stuff. They've had some really good stuff. It's on our Facebook page. They just some lions and stuff like that. Amazing what this thing can do. Like I said, this is geared more for the maker. It's not meant for more like the hardcore hobbyist. It's like trying to make parts and stuff like that. You know, the 3D printer aspect. Not trying to knock it. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking of it. But I'm excited about this printer because it's like I like that it's just fucking versatile. I mean, I can now look at it and go, okay, what am I looking for? Am I looking for today? Am I looking to do a large piece of wood? Am I looking to somebody sent me a file and they need this on maybe a piece of a cardboard, or they need their phone done, or what you know? Or maybe somebody's like, hey, this broke and this is a jar piece and I need you to 3D print it, or just the versatility of what this printer is going to be able to do for the price. I think they said it was starting at now. I think $299, and then when I checked it, it was like $549. I might be wrong on the price. Don't kick me. Kickstarter is still going, and they're doing very well. They just shipped out their beta units to beta people for the betas. Each head is going to cost more money. I think it's $79 when I checked the Kickstarter a while back. $79 each. So if you wanted to get the CNC, or if you wanted to get the laser, that's an extra $79 a piece. So I think it was $549, or about $549 to $600 for the whole kit. And that's just a boom bed and your modular that controls the program for the printer. And I think that's a great price. It looks very durable, looks very cool. I'm intrigued by it. I really am. I'm really like, this is the first printer that I look at and I go, wow, that's cool that I can literally. And I hate to say, like I keep saying, I hate to say erector set, but this is what this printer kind of looks like to me. It looks like an erector set, for somebody who's a hobbyist, or like somebody who's an engineer going, I have an idea. What if I put this here? What if I put this here? And I like that idea about these companies. This Snapmaker, it seems like they're thinking about that. They're like, well, we want you guys to, a maker to be like, open your ideas. And it's an open-minded idea, It's like, well, not everybody's going to have a small printer. Not everybody's going to be working out of their living room. Not everybody's going to be, some people might be in the garage. They might want to make this thing as big as the hell as they can. And I like that Snapmaker's like, go for it. Do that. We're here for you. I think they're in the right direction. This is the one company that I'm just like, yeah, I would definitely try to follow them. Not sure if I'm going to be able to afford one. Who knows? Maybe I win one. Maybe I don't. I don't know. After our last night, give me a little snippet. It was a simple mistake, but I whatever. But like I said, the printer, it's a different take on 3D printing altogether. I mean, you have companies like Airwolf, M3D Design, or M3D, Divinci, XYZ Printing, Robo, and Robo just came out with theirs, and you have MakerBot. MakerBot is your Apple, and then you have, your Robo, which is more like an Android because it allows you to modify it the best way you can. That's what I like about Robo is Robo allows you to modify it as the best way you can. Like, it allows the maker to go, okay, I need this to use this kind of extruder, I need this, and they're all like, go ahead, go ahead, do what you need. It's your printer. Go play with it. And the parts are readily available. Now with the Snapmaker, I'm not sure how many parts or what they're going to allow you to modify. I mean, that's one thing with 3D printing, you need to modify over the time. It's like a computer, you need to play with it. But at the moment, everything looks enclosed, very safe. The lasers are all, it's in a little module, and you can slip it on, what I've been seeing. And there you go. And it looks like the support for that team is going to be amazing. It looks like they're gonna keep an eye on everybody, make sure you're safe. That's the first and number one priority of this company. Everything looks like well built, well thought out. Not just like It looks like it was well thought out, well put together. Easy as 1, 2, 3. That's what they've been promoting. 1, 2, 3 maker, so you can literally go, okay, I want a block, 3D printed block. Okay, now I want that block to be turned into, I want to laser engrave that with my name on it or something. I want it to be kind of a dice, and you can just laser engrave, dice marks on it. And, CNC, it's like I can see the piece of wood. I'm not sure of all the specification yet. I'm not sure, I haven't checked all the stuff just yet. Well, like I said, this is for a homemaker, a builder, somebody who's just willing to tinker and have some fun with it. It looks fun. It does look fun. It looks like a good price printer, great quality. But what I like about it, man, it's versatile. It just has all, I'm looking at the tower thing that they built, and it's got 2 pieces, and it's the motors are right here. It's like doosh, doosh, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be extra pricing, but who the hell cares? I mean, I don't know how much they're gonna cost, but we'll find out in the long run. Is it worth it to have that many printers and be able to switch out your printer? To be able to build your printer the way you need it in minutes, and if you have the parts, you can do it. Amazing. That's interesting. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to an event, blah, 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 with the guys, and I need to print a 3D part for an RC car or whatever. I could put the printer together right there with my little laptop. Bang, there it is, or an SD card. I could 3D print that, and maybe in less than 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on how crazy it is. Or I could sit in the hotel room and print it. And that's what this company's trying to do. They're trying to bring this printer to the masses for you to be able to 3D make. If you're at a con or somebody needs a quick part, there it is. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're going to be using ABS. It looks like it's more like PLA. That's not that that's a bad thing. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big fan of PLA, but if you're a maker or whatever, PLA will probably be the best way to go, because it has a low melting point and stuff like that. And it doesn't need a heated bed, but maybe in the future they might add a heated bed. I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to be adding more things to this, but I just want to get them a big shout out, because it looks like this is something you guys should definitely check out. It's cool, it's amazing, and like I said, I apologize to the company for using the other company. We have no association with that company, so I apologize for saying that on our Facebook page it's not been taken down and stuff like that, corrected, stuff like that. It happens, but I really do think you guys should check out this 3D printer. That's not many printers I promote. A lot of these printers, like I said, are a lot of money, and the reason why Kickstarter comes around is because they're really trying to get these quality 3D printers out there for the market. And that's the thing, man. It's like, I like Kickstarter, sometimes it's kind of sketchy, but this one kind of caught my eye. A lot of people have been emailing me about the project, and it was like, have you seen SnapMaker, or have you seen this 3D printer? And that's where I kind of got confused, because they have the Moz, and I'm going to say it, Moz and SnapMaker, and they do look alike. Now just be wary of that. You'll have the Moz and then SnapMaker. SnapMaker's been the one I've been keeping an eye on more than the Moz. I put a little thing, and I was like, oh, crap, wrong company. So it's kind of my own thing, So you got a company trying to duplicate what this company is doing, and because SnapMaker thinks SnapMaker is doing it right. They're taking their time. They're building a better OS for their controller, stuff like that. It's pretty cool, the controller that they're using. It's more like an iPhone or something like that. You're able to select your stuff and say, okay, I need this to do this. They're trying to, just make it as simple and affordable as it can be, And I think that's really, really neat. Kind of a point and click, but kind of letting the makers make, But what I like about it is the versatility, and I think I'm really into it. And that's my 3D printing news for the week. Put that. But yeah, that's been nuts. On this little video gaming news, Open Mind Gaming. I'm going to call this Open Mind Gaming. So pretty much I've been playing a little bit of The Fractured Butthole. Ended up getting a copy of that about a few weeks ago. I wanted to kind of relax my brain and get away from the company stuff and CAD modeling. CAD modeling can break your brain and help, do some stuff. I haven't played some Destiny 2 in a while. I've been really busy with, just working and just getting signed off on things. Loving it. Trey Parker and Matt Stone knocked it out of the park. The game's more polished. The controls are more fun, stuff like that. I'm going to be doing some more videos on our YouTube page about that. What else I want to talk about with gaming? Not much, man. I just really haven't been gaming that much. I just really, playing a little bit of Destiny 2. and more of the South Park, because it's kind of like the board combat system of a D&D meets kind of a a really fun game. If you do buy the Fractured Bowhuddle, it does come with digital or disc-based. They'll give you a code to download the digital version of Stick of Truth, so don't fret if you guys are concerned. So pretty much you pay your $59.99, and you're pretty much getting 2 games for 1. That's not bad at all. So you're able to play the original version, so you kind of understand what the hell's going on into the second version. That's really cool of them to do that and not charge you a little bit extra. There is going to be a season pass. I'm not sure what they're going to be adding to it. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to play a little bit today. As I edit the podcast today and do some stuff. But yeah. What else? I'm guessing that's about it for the week. We made it to episode 20. I cannot believe it. Wow. I will have a few more episodes coming up with, I think, Moby Lee, and I also have another friend who wants to be on the podcast. He spoke to me about being on a podcast. He's like, hey, you talk about doing a podcast. You guys may know him. Maurice Hughes for HopeInTheFuture.net. He has never done a podcast, so he's kind of nervous. He's like, well, what's it like? What do we talk about? And I'm like, well, we talk about whatever you would like to talk about, that topic, and we go through it. I don't really keep these really, structured, because I believe a podcast should be flowing. I believe somebody should be blah. I see some podcasts that are very flowing, that's their thing, and that's what they do. Me, I've tried it. It's not working for me. I like to be more flow, and I like to keep to a structure, but I like being myself. So Moby asked me to be in another one. I guess he wants to talk about maybe some Halloween Horror Nights stuff, how his journey was with that, what he has planned for the future with his YouTube page, some of his characters he's designing for his web series. Maurice and me will probably be talking about T2 stuff, so if you guys are big T2 fans, he should be on in about a month. Why would I say month? Probably a few weeks. He's just getting used to when he feels better and stuff like that. He just had surgery done. So best of luck to him and his sister, who we just found out, unfortunately, was diagnosed with cancer. They have removed it to where it was in her thyroid. But wishing her the best of luck. They did find a good treatment. They just got back to the Netherlands, and he was like, hey, he just texted me because I just want to give a big shout out to them, make sure they're okay. We spoke yesterday because there was a film canister that we got from the prop shop that had the T2 film in it from T2 3D. And I said, hey man, I ended up getting the canister. My girlfriend ended up getting it for you, and we're going to hang on to it and we'll send it over to you, for a certain price, stuff like that. And he goes, hey, have you found anything from T2? Da-da. And I was like, well, I haven't had a chance to go over. My girlfriend didn't go over there yesterday and get it for him. Pardon my voice. And he goes, well, how's everything going? How are you doing? And he goes, I'm on lockdown of painkillers. I just had surgery done. And my sister just had surgery, and I'm like, everything okay? Everything good? I was like, well, I'm glad you guys are doing. He's like, well, she's not doing well. And that's when I found out she had cancer, and they found out. So, wishing her nothing but the best and speedy recovery. Hopefully they kick the cancer's ass. She kicks the cancer's ass because cancer is a motherfucker. But I want to wish them both the best, and I can't wait to talk to them, talk to Maurice on the next episode coming up soon. Hopefully we do an episode together. Moby, we're definitely doing an episode together. And I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this episode. I want to thank you guys for everything you guys have been doing for me, keeping me motivated. I want to turn this more into a fun thing, open mind gaming, stuff like that. And definitely get back to prototyping, working my butt off. Finally got the set to record my sewing machine here and stuff like that. Hopefully Sat Maker does work with me, and maybe I might win a drawing. I would love to really use that damn printer. I would love to try it. So hopefully I didn't piss them off too much, but hopefully I enticed you guys to go check out their company and give them a bit of help, because a lot of companies need fucking help, and Kickstarter's where it happens. Some Kickstarters take off, some don't, but this is one project that I think it should take off. I think it's got quality parts, it's all machined. I think this is good. There are some bugs that I would like to ask them personally, but I think in the near future they'll be answered for me. I have asked them to kind of give me some insight on it, and they sometimes like to say, yeah, no, but right now they're in a Kickstarter phase, so we're really trying to get that product out there, and then later on we'll talk about more of it. But I really would like to sit down with them and be like, hey, so what are your goals? What are the ideas? What are the platforming? So if you check out the website, you could pretty much see where they're going with it. So I'm pretty much happy where they're going with it. But yeah, I think it's a neat printer, definitely for makers. And if you got the extra scratch and you're looking for a decent 3D printer, this might be where to go, because I think in the near future this thing will take off. Given a few months, and I want to wish them nothing but the best, and hopefully they do well. So if I can help promote them, and in any way possible, because I think I'm still looking for an SLA printer, but Divinci has kind of made one and stuff like that. But everybody's like, you might want to go with this printer or that printer. SLA printing, like DLP printing, is very expensive. So unfortunately, a lot of companies are not willing to go down that route. A lot of Kickstarters have failed, and I've been checking that consistently. And a lot of Kickstarters that I've seen have failed dramatically. And they're like, the problem is, I haven't heard anything about Olo. There's one printer I kind of promoted. My buddy, like, he ended up buying for like $60. I think they went under because they just couldn't meet the deadline or whatever they were trying to do. The problem is with Kickstarter is, and I might grind my gears for this part of it, is a lot of companies go into it thinking we're going to do something and they don't. And they really need to sit down and visualize the product before they get it out there and say, hey, we're ready to go. So Snapmaker, was able to go boom, 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 and they were already ready to go. I mean, it was crazy. And I spotted it. I was like, wow, that's a pretty neat printer. And I signed up, and they're like, I keep getting emails from the company like, hey, make sure to sign up for everything. So I did, and I signed up, and then they asked me a while back, why do I like 3D printing? What are the things I do with it? That's why I kind of explained my company and what we do and why I get into it. It's nice to have a prototype in your hands to check it out and see what your CAD modeling or what your modeling is with, so you can send it over to the next person. If it's a CNCer, send to a bigger company and go, I need 50 of these, but I need this part down here and this part down here, and they're able to mill it out for you and then has it back to you, and here's your actual part. 3D printing helps you do that, and that's what I explained to them. I said, it's nice to have your product to find your errors of your ways, and they've been an amazing company. Amazing, and they've been very, very open with their ideas, what they're doing. So, all the best to them. And I really hope people that go on Kickstarter to get their projects going, they do it. But really, understand that not everything's going to pay off. You're going to have faults. You're going to have this, but be willing to fail. Be willing to. But before you go on Kickstarter, tell your clients, people that you really want, what the issues may be and what they're trying to do, and they'll stick by you. And if they really believe in you, and I think this company here is going to do well. I'm really just intrigued on what the printer's going to do. I like that it's a durable and it's versatile. It's what I'm looking at. It's like we can put a glass bit on this, or we can do this, and I'm like, holy crap! So there's a lot of ideas with this printer that I'm just like, damn. This company, like I said, I hate saying erector set, but that's what the printer looks like. If you go on the website now, all these different parts and ideas and rails, and you're like, holy shit! You guys really thought about the future with this thing. Like, you can make a tower printer, or you can, so this printer could pretty much go anywhere on a desktop. And it says the world's first 3D printer product that transforms as you need. So, right there is what they're telling us. This is what we need. So, it's whatever you need as a maker, designer, builder, and to keep an open mind with doing that. Like, I think it's a great idea. I'm hoping this company does well, and they seem to be doing very well and keeping on top of their goals, stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy to promote them, put their name out there, and hopefully you guys take a gander at it. I mean, hopefully they do well. But I hope to be a part of it. I hope to help them with it. I hope one day to afford one. Every now I've got some bills to pay, and that's the thing with making myself. Like, making is not easy or cheap. This company's trying to make it a little bit easier for you. It's trying to do that for you. But yeah, so like I said, a lot of companies on Kickstarter, don't do well. A lot of companies do well. It's all on how you perceive it. But I'm going to hopefully sign off this week. Wish you guys all the best. Get this out there, and hopefully do some more episodes coming up. Do some Open Mind Gaming. Meet some new people. See us on Twitter, Instagram. All of our links are on openmindindustries.com. Check out our YouTube page. Please subscribe. If you'd like to, you can watch the video version of this or any kind of whatever stuff. I'm putting some time into these. I'm still designing the page a little bit more. It says that we have nothing on the page, but it's complete bullshit. We have on our playlist, because I want to keep everything kind of evenly linked for you guys. You guys can log right in and not be extruded in or whatever like that. It's something else. You have a 3D printing question or idea, or you would like to be on the podcast or whatever, let me know. Check us out at openmindindustries@gmail.com. and answer me a question. Send me some stuff. Hey, Ali, I got some people that are like, hey, it's awesome that you're doing it. I'd love to see that you're doing it. So hopefully I'll get back together. I'm feeling like crap. But I want to wish this company all the best. Wish you guys all the best. Definitely check us out. If you'd like to donate to our page or channel or just the company in general, our Patreon link will be in the description. You're more than welcome to donate. If you don't want to donate, or you know somebody who might want to donate, click on it, man. I'm not charging that much. This comes to you for free, and that's freaking everybody out. Like, you don't get paid for a podcast? Like, no, I don't. I've been doing 20 of these. Thanks for tuning in to episode 20. But I'm not going to stop doing these. These are fun, and just looking to have fun. I'm grateful you guys are here, so thank you. Thanks for everything, guys. Appreciate it, and I'm going to get off of this, edit it, and get it out to the masses, and hopefully people catch it. They don't catch it. Who knows? But I'm going to wish you guys a great weekend, a great week. Stay healthy, unlike me, and be awesome, and be kind to one another, dudes. Have a good one. Keep an open mind.